Hello, welcome to Tekla Structures Designer 2024 course. We are in module 3. Okay, in module 3, we are going to be dealing with model validation and clearing of errors and warning. Okay, welcome. In this part 1, I'm going to focus on validating our model and highlighting members. Alright. So in Tekla Structure Designer, there are some errors and warnings, okay, that can creep into your model, okay, as a beginner, okay. They will creep into your model, okay, and make it difficult for you to run your analysis or do your designs, okay. Now, you have to learn how to clear those errors. So first of all, I want to identify a few of those errors, okay, and I want to also show you how they creep into your model, okay. So to start with, the first error that you will observe, okay, is no support error, okay. So member may not be supported, okay. That happens when you create a column, okay, or you create some members without support, okay. So now I've deleted 2 columns now, so I've created an error, okay, which is member may not be supported, okay. The second error you may encounter, okay, is support providing lateral restraint. That happens when, let's say, I'll click on this column, okay, I'll change the base level for the column to, let's say, first floor. All right, so now this support now is providing lateral restraint for this beam, and this beam, okay. So that is the second error or warning you encounter in Tekla Structural Designer. Okay, so the next error is, okay, the next error is slab panel not supported, okay. Such an error will creep in. Let's say, let me give you an example how such an error may creep into your model. Let's say I created this slab, okay, all right, but you can see the slab is not properly positioned on the center line of the beam. That will give me such an error, okay. That will give me such an error, okay. So let me do it on both sides so that it will be very, very obvious. Alright, so that is the third error. Now the fourth error is openings above member, okay. So that usually happens, okay, when you create opening, okay, and then the opening is not clearing the beams and the columns, okay. Like if you look at this opening now, okay, if I position the model correctly, if you look at this opening, you will see that the opening is passing through the center line of the beam, which is not correct. The opening is supposed to pass through the edge of the beam. So that will create another error. Okay. So the next error I want us to also focus on is far grid line errors. Okay. This happens mainly, okay, when you, let's say, I want to create a new grid line, okay. I'll come, press escape, come to my model tab. Okay, let me go to a floor view. Okay, I want to create a new grid line. Okay, so I will say, okay, new grid line. Okay, parallel, select this beam. Okay, move away. Instead of me to type 1 meter, I'll press F2 on my keyboard. Instead of me to type 1 meter, I end up typing 1000. So the grid is going to be positioned, escape, the grid is going to be positioned very far from the model, okay. So it will create another error or warning in Tekla Structural Designer. So now, the next error or warning I want to highlight, okay, let me say I come to the edit tab, okay. Let me split this beam at this point, okay. So now we have a beam here, okay. We have a beam here, we have another beam at this other side. Now let's say I make the beams to overlap. Okay, so now a member is inside another member. We'll call it member collision. Okay, member collision. So Tekla Structure Designer will flag such an error. Okay, so let's say I extend this beam, okay, into the next beam. So now those two beams on the first floor are now overlapping. So Tekla Structure Designer will flag it as member collision. Okay, let's go to 3D view. Now anytime, okay, anytime in Tekla Structure Designer you are creating a beam, okay, the beam, let's say this beam, okay, so the beam is supposed to have a node where it meets the column, okay, but peradventure, okay, I delete that node, okay, let's say this node that is here, I move it away, okay, so that this beam now has no more, does not have node anymore at the point of intersection with this column. Okay, Tekla Structure Designer is going to flag it and call it a member intersection error or warning. So with those few errors, now I will show you how to clear those errors in this chapter, and we will learn a lot about how to have an error-free model in Tekla Structure Designer. Now, to show you those errors, now all I need to do is to validate my model. Okay, so I'll come to my model tab, okay, come to the right hand side of my model tab and click on validate. So now those errors, my model will switch from the structure tab to the status tab. Okay, so my project workspace will switch from the structure tab to the status tab. So now I can come to this validation, model, general, and expand. You can see a list of all the errors that I've created. Okay, so we have the member intersection error. Okay, we have member collision error. We have construction line far from model warning. We have member may not be supported error. We have raised support providing lateral restraint error. We have opening in slab above member error. So we have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have a total of 6 errors. Okay, and warnings. Okay. So now to round up this part, I want to show you how to highlight a member to know exactly which member is causing such an error. So let's see where this intersection error is coming from. I will select it, right click, highlight items. So you can see the intersection error is coming from here, here, and here. You can see Tekla Structure Designer will point an arrow, okay, to all those parts that the intersection error is occurring. Okay, it will highlight those members, okay, and see that the column is elected and two of the beams are also elected. Okay, if we come here, you can see that this column is elected and this beam is also elected, and arrows are being pointed to possible positions where those errors will be. So you can continue to elect, okay, continue to highlight all the members. Okay, so for the supports, okay, you can see Tekla Structure Designer locates those columns that are not having supports. Okay, so raise support, it will also locate it. Okay, this is where the support is. Okay, opening in slab above member. Okay, it has located where those openings are located. Okay, so all I need to do is to go there and fix the errors. So in the next part now, we are going to start with clearing support errors. So see you in the next part. Thank you.